everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Daily, the place where learning English feels simple, friendly, and fun. Whether you're watching from home, from school, or maybe even from the bus on your way to work, we are so happy you're here. I'm Olivia, and I'm excited for today's lesson.
And I'm Jack. It's great to see all of you again. Every time we film a new episode, we imagine all of you watching, listening, learning, smiling, and that makes us very happy. We love helping you grow your English skills step by step, day by day.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning with us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tap the like button. It really helps our English learning family grow. Even one like or one comment makes a huge difference, so thank you for supporting us.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, our lessons are always about real-life English. The kind of English you need when you travel, when you meet new people, when you study abroad, or even when you're simply ordering food or asking for help in a new city.
And today's topic is something everyone uses every day: transportation. How do you get to work? How do you get to school? Do you walk? Do you take the train? Do you drive a car? Today, we will talk about all of that and more.
Yes, so let's start with something easy. Olivia, how are you today?
I'm feeling very well, thank you, Jack. I had a calm morning, drank some tea, read a few pages of my book, and enjoyed the sunshine. And you?
I'm doing well too. A little tired, to be honest, but very happy to be here. I didn't sleep very well last night because it was noisy outside, but still, I feel good now that we're filming.
Oh no, noisy nights are the worst. But I'm glad you're feeling better now. Did you have a good weekend?
Actually, yes. My weekend was very relaxing. I visited my family. I hadn't seen them for a few weeks, so it felt really nice.
That's wonderful. What did you do with them?
Well, on Saturday, we had a big family dinner. Everyone came. My parents, my sisters, my cousins. It was a full house. We cooked a lot of food, talked for hours, laughed a lot, and then on Sunday, we went for a slow, peaceful walk in the park near my parents' home.
That sounds amazing. I love family weekends like that. My weekend was a little different. It was productive. I cleaned my apartment from top to bottom, the kitchen, the living room, everything.
Ah, yes. Cleaning. Important, but not fun at all.
Exactly. But the good part is that now my apartment looks very clean and fresh. I even rearranged some furniture. A clean space makes me feel calm.
That's so true. So, Olivia, how did you get to the studio today?
Today I came by car. I don't usually drive, but this morning I decided to take the car.
Was the traffic bad?
Not too bad. Just a little slow near the city center. You know how the city center is in the morning. Lots of cars, lots of people rushing everywhere.
Oh yes, I see that every day. Many cars, many buses, everyone trying to get somewhere quickly. I took the bus this morning, the number 25 bus.
The bus? Was it crowded?
Yes, very crowded. A lot of people were going to work. I had to stand for the first 10 minutes because there were no seats.
Oh no, standing on a moving bus is not easy at all.
No, it's not. But then someone got off the bus and I finally found a seat. It felt much better after that.
I can imagine. So, do you normally take the bus every day?
Almost every day. Most days I take the bus because it's convenient and I don't have to worry about parking. But sometimes, if the weather is nice, I ride my bicycle.
Oh, you ride a bicycle. That's such great exercise and really good for the environment.
Exactly. It feels good to cycle in the fresh air. But when it rains, no bicycle. A wet bicycle ride is not fun at all.
Totally agree. So, Jack, how do you usually visit your family? Their house is far, right?
Yes, it's quite far. I always go by train. It's about a 2-hour train ride.
2 hours? That's a long trip.
It is, but I enjoy it. I look out the window, watch the countryside roll by. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I read. Sometimes I fall asleep. It's peaceful.
That sounds really nice. I think I need a train trip soon. I love long train rides. They feel so relaxing.
You definitely should. Where would you like to go?
Maybe to the beach. I love the beach so much. The sound of the waves, the fresh air.
And how do you usually get to the beach?
Usually by car, with my friends. It's more fun when you're with friends. We talk, we joke, we listen to music.
Do you sing in the car?
Of course, always. We sing terribly, but it's so much fun. The trip takes about 3 hours, so it's basically a 3-hour karaoke session.
3 hours of singing? Wow. That must be intense.
Oh, yes. Our voices are so tired at the end of the trip, but the fun is totally worth it.
I believe you. Long road trips with friends are always full of laughter.
Let me ask you something, Jack. Have you ever had a transportation disaster? When everything goes wrong on the way?
Oh, yes, I definitely have. I think anyone who uses buses or trains has at least one terrible story.
I agree. So tell us, what happened?
Well, one time I was traveling to meet a friend for dinner. I left the house a little late, so I was already in a rush. I ran to the bus stop, but the bus came early, and I missed it. That was the first problem.
Missing the bus is the worst. What did you do?
I checked my phone and saw that the next bus was in 20 minutes, so I decided to walk quickly to the next stop to catch another bus on a different route. But halfway there, it started raining. And I mean really raining. Heavy rain.
Oh no, that sounds like a movie.
I know. And I didn't have an umbrella. So I arrived at the next stop completely soaked. And you guess what?
Let me guess. You missed that bus too.
Exactly. I saw it leaving just as I got to the corner. It drove away, and I was standing there dripping like a sad, wet puppy.
That's tragic and also a little funny.
You can laugh. I laughed too later, but at the moment, I wasn't laughing. I called my friend and said, "I'll be late, very late."
So, how did you finally get to dinner?
I ended up calling a taxi. It was expensive, but I didn't want to walk in the rain anymore.
Sometimes a taxi is the only option.
Absolutely. What about you? Any transportation disasters?
Oh, I have one. A few months ago, I was traveling to the airport. I had a morning flight and I planned everything perfectly, or so I thought. I took a train that usually arrives on time, but that day, the train stopped suddenly in the middle of nowhere.
Stopped? Why?
There was an announcement saying there was a technical problem. First, they said it would take 5 minutes, then 10, then 20, and we were all sitting there watching the clock getting more and more nervous.
That sounds stressful.
It was! And after about 30 minutes, the train still wasn't moving. So I got off and ran to find a taxi. But the station was small and there were no taxis available. Not even one.
Oh no, it's getting worse.
It gets worse. I opened my Maps app on my phone and saw that the airport was a 45-minute drive away, and my flight was leaving in 1 hour.
That's impossible.
Almost. But I finally found a taxi. The driver was a very calm older man. He said, "Don't worry, I will try." And he drove like an absolute hero. Safely, but fast.
And did you make it?
I did. I ran through security, ran to my gate, and got on the plane just before they closed the doors.
Wow, that really is a movie.
Yes, a stressful one. Since that day, I always leave early when I travel. Very early.
Good idea. Transportation can be unpredictable. Even when you plan perfectly, something can go wrong.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to learn useful English phrases for transportation problems. For example, I missed my bus. My train is delayed. There's heavy traffic. I can't find a taxi.
Or, I need to get to the airport. What time does the next bus arrive? Where is the nearest train station?
Exactly. These phrases help you communicate clearly when things don't go as planned.
And honestly, even native speakers complain about transportation. It's normal.
Very normal. In fact, talking about transportation is a great way to start conversations with new people. Everyone has stories. Everyone has opinions.
That's true. And it's something we do every single day. Go somewhere, come back, take a bus, drive a car, wait for a train, walk through a busy street.
So, learning this vocabulary is super useful. You will use it again and again. Welcome back, everyone. In this part, we're going to continue exploring transportation, but we'll go even deeper. Different travel experiences, cultural differences, useful phrases, real-life problems, and practical English you can use anywhere in the world.
Yes, and I think this part might be the most interesting because we'll talk about how transportation works in different places. People everywhere travel differently, and that means there's a lot of useful vocabulary to learn.
Absolutely. For example, in some cities, people mostly use cars. In other cities, almost everyone uses buses or the subway because driving is too difficult.
Right, and speaking of the subway, I lived in the city once where the subway was the main way to travel. It was fast, cheap, and always on time, but it was also extremely crowded during rush hour.
Oh yes, rush hour on the subway can feel like you're in a can of sardines. Too many people, not enough space.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't even have to walk into the train. The crowd just pushes you inside.
That's true. And then you stand there, holding the handrail, trying not to bump into people. Everyone is packed together like a puzzle.
But despite the crowd, I actually liked taking the subway. It was fast and predictable. If the schedule said the train arrives at 7:32, it arrived at 7:32. Very reliable.
Reliability is important. Some places have the opposite problem. Transportation that is never on time. Buses that come late, trains that break down, taxis that cancel your ride at the last second.
Yes, and when you have somewhere important to go to, like work or a meeting, that becomes a huge problem.
Definitely. That's why many people leave home early. I know people who leave their house 40 minutes earlier than they need to, just in case something goes wrong.
Smart idea. And speaking of work, how do most people get to work where you grew up?
Good question. When I was younger, most people drove cars. There were buses, but people preferred driving because it was more comfortable. But traffic was terrible.
I can imagine. Some cities have non-stop traffic, morning, afternoon, night, cars everywhere.
Exactly. And it gets tiring. That's why when I got older, I preferred taking trains instead of driving. It's faster, cheaper, and you don't have to focus on the road.
I feel the same way. I love public transportation. I know some people think buses and trains are boring, but I actually enjoy them. I listen to podcasts, music, audiobooks. Sometimes I even practice languages.
Yes, I practice languages on trains too. It's the perfect time. You're sitting, relaxed, and you can focus.
Let's talk about another type of transportation, walking. People forget that walking is transportation too.
True. Walking is healthy, free, and sometimes faster than driving, especially in busy city centers.
Exactly. And when I travel to a new place, I love exploring it by walking. You get to see small streets, little cafes, beautiful corners you would never notice from a car.
Same here. Walking lets you really feel the city, the atmosphere, the people, the sounds.
Have you ever walked so much while traveling that your feet hurt at the end of the day?
Every time. Whenever I travel, I walk way more than usual. Sometimes 20,000 steps or more in a single day.
Wow, that's a workout.
It really is, but it's worth it. You get amazing memories.
Definitely. Another way people travel is by bicycle. In some countries, bicycles are extremely popular.
Yes. I visited a city once where almost everyone rode bicycles. There were bike lanes everywhere and thousands of bikes parked near the train station.
I think I know which city you're talking about. I've been there too. Cycling there felt very safe. Drivers respected cyclists, and the streets were designed for bikes.
Exactly. It made me wish my city had better bike lanes. I would ride a bicycle more often if it felt safer.
That's a common problem. In some places, riding a bike feels risky because cars drive too fast or the roads are too narrow.
Yes, safety is important. If the city is not bike-friendly, people avoid bicycles.
Let's talk about long-distance travel. When you travel to another city or country, what's your favorite transportation method?
I'd say trains, if the distance is not too long. I love long train rides. You can look out the window, see beautiful landscapes, relax, have a snack.
I agree. Long train rides feel peaceful. You feel like you're slowly moving through the world.
But for very long distances, of course, flying is necessary.
Yes, airplanes are the fastest, but airports can be stressful. Lines, security checks, waiting, delays.
True. And the seats on the plane can be uncomfortable on long flights.
Especially if you sit in the middle seat. Never the middle seat.
I avoid the middle seat at all costs.
Same here. Window seat or aisle seat. Always.
Let's also talk about useful phrases for traveling. Which platform does the train leave from? Is this seat taken? How much is a ticket to downtown? Does this bus stop at the museum? I need a taxi, please. Could you drop me off near the station?
Those are excellent phrases, and here are a few more. How long is the journey? Is the flight delayed? Where can I buy a ticket? Could you show me the way? I think I missed my stop.
That last one, I've said many times.
Me too. Sometimes I'm reading or listening to music, and suddenly I realize, oh no, I missed my stop.
It's a classic mistake, but it happens to everyone.
All right, everyone. In the next part, we'll continue with a full story plus vocabulary breakdown, and then we'll practice with a conversation you can repeat after us.
So, don't go anywhere. Stay with us for the next section. It's going to be really helpful. All right, everyone, we are finally here, the conclusion of today's big English lesson about transportation. It has been a long, fun, and very full conversation. And honestly, Jack, I feel like we could talk for 2 more hours.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Transportation is such a huge topic. Cars, trains, buses, bicycles, planes, boats, the list never ends. And what I love is that our viewers get to hear real, natural English in a very comfortable and friendly conversation.
Exactly. That's what Easy English Daily is all about. Learning naturally, learning step by step, and learning in a fun way. And today we covered so much vocabulary, so many useful expressions, and lots of real-life examples.
Let's take a moment to highlight some of the most important ideas once more. Just a quick but helpful review.
Good idea. First, we talked about all the different ways to travel. By car, by bus, by train, by plane, by boat, by bicycle, by taxi, on foot, and even by electric scooter.
Right. And we also practiced how to talk about your commute, the trip you take to work or school every day. For example, I commute by train. My commute is 30 minutes. My commute is stressful during rush hour.
Yes, and remember that important phrase, rush hour. The busy morning and evening times when the roads are crowded and buses are full.
Nobody enjoys rush hour unless they're listening to music or reading a good book.
Or listening to Easy English Daily.
Exactly. That makes any commute better.
We also talked about vocabulary like fare, the money you pay for transportation.
And route, the path a bus, taxi, or train takes.
And delay, when something is late.
And of course, platform, the place where you wait for your train.
You see, so many practical words. These are the kinds of things English learners really need when traveling, working, or living in an English-speaking city.
Now, before we end today's episode, we have our favorite part, the question of the day.
Yes, and today's question is, what is your favorite way to travel and why?
Tell us in the comments. Do you go by bus? Do you drive? Do you walk? Maybe you ride a bicycle?
You can write a short answer or a long answer. It's totally up to you. What matters is that you practice your English.
We want to say thank you to every single one of you watching. Your support means the world to us. Every like, every comment, every subscriber, it truly helps the Easy English Daily family grow.
Yes, thank you so much. We know learning a new language is not easy, but you are here, learning, practicing, improving, and that is something to be proud of. Remember, small progress every day becomes big progress in the future.
If you enjoyed today's lesson, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want more easy, friendly English lessons every day,
don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss a new episode.
do you have a friend who is learning English?
Share this video with them. Learning with a friend is twice as fun and twice as effective.
All right, I think it's time.
Yes, time to say goodbye.
Thank you for spending your time with us today.
Keep learning
Keep practicing.
and keep smiling.
We'll see you next time here on Easy English Daily.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. See you soon.